Diane Ladd, the three-time Oscar-nominated actress whose razor-sharp wit and chameleon-like range lit up screens for over 7 decades, passed away on November 3rd, 2025 at 89, leaving behind a legacy as vibrant as a Mississippi sunset and as layered as a David Lynch fever dream. Her daughter, Laura Dern, announced the news with a statement so heartfelt it could make even the gruffest critic reach for a tissue, calling her mother an amazing hero and a profound gift. Ladd died at her home in Ojai, California, with Dern by her side, though no cause of death was immediately shared. Because let's be honest, the universe probably needed her back to spice up the afterlife's casting calls. From her iconic turn as the brassy waitress Flo in Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, to her unhinged, lipstick-smeared villainy in Wild at Heart, Ladd was the kind of performer who could steal a scene faster than you can say Oscar snub. And let's not forget, she and Dern made history as the only mother-daughter duo nominated for Oscars for the same film, Rambling Rose. If that's not Hollywood royalty, then I'm not sure what is. Maybe Meryl Streep with a crowd made of gold statuettes? Born Rose Diane Ladd on November 12, 1935 in Meridian, Mississippi, though she'd probably charm you into believing Laurel was her true hometown, Ladd seems destined for the spotlight. Her great-grandmother, as she recalled in her 2006 memoir, Spiraling Through the School of Life and Other Life-Changing Lessons from the School of Hard Knocks, predicted she'd stand in front of a screen and command audiences. Talk about a prophecy more accurate than a weather app in a desert. By her teens, Ladd was already in New York City, strutting her stuff as a model and dancer at the Copacabana nightclub, where the cocktails were strong and the dreams even stronger. She made her stage debut in Tennessee Williams' Orpheus Descending. Fitting, since she was a second cousin to the playwright, proving talent runs in the family like a good recipe for cornbread. Her first TV gig came in 1949 on The Big Story, in an episode called The Small of Death, which sounds like the kind of title you'd expect from a noir thriller starring a chain-smoking detective. By 1961, she was in films with Something Wild, kicking off a career that would make most actors jealous enough to rewrite their own IMDb pages. Her early roles were often uncredited, think Murder, Inc. 1960 or 40 Pounds of Trouble 1962. But she was no wallflower. She popped up in Roger Corman's 1966 biker flick Wild Angels, alongside her first husband, Bruce Dern, a collaboration that indirectly inspired Easy Rider. That's right, Ladd was out there influencing counterculture classics while most of us were still figuring out how to ride a bike without training wheels. Her TV work was equally eclectic, from the soap opera The Secret Storm to guest spots that showcased her ability to do everything from Shakespeare to standing on her head. Her words, not mine. Her big break came in 1974 with Martin Scorsese's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, where she played Flo, the kind of waitress who could sling hash browns and one-liners with equal precision. Critics ate it up. Judith Crist in New York Magazine called her performance remarkable, and the Academy agreed, handing her a Best Supporting Actress nomination. Flo was the heart of gold type with a mouth that could make a sailor blush. And Ladd nailed it so well, she became the blueprint for every saucy sidekick in a diner scene. She later joined the CBS sitcom Alice, 1980 to 1981, as Belle Dupree, a different waitress because apparently the TV gods decided one iconic server wasn't enough. The role came after Polly Holliday's Flo got her own spin-off, proving that Ladd could step into any kitchen and make it her own. Ladd's film career was a masterclass in versatility. She was Ida Sessions in Chinatown, 1974, a sex worker with a SAG card who lures Jack Nicholson's detective into a web of lies and water conspiracies, because nothing says classic noir like a scandal involving the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. She played Gene Hackman's wife in All Night Long, 1981, opposite Barbra Streisand, Chevy Chase's mom in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989, and John Travolta's mother in Primary Colors, 1998, where Travolta channeled a Bill Clinton-esque politician. She was in Something Wicked This Way Comes, 1983, Black Widow, 1987, The Cemetery Club with Ellen Burstyn, and 28 Days with Sandra Bullock. In Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, 1992, she played a flirtatious Southern belle alongside her real-life mother, Mary Lanier, because why not make acting a family affair? And in Joy 2015, she lent her warm storybook narration to Jennifer Lawrence's tale of mop-based entrepreneurship. If there was a role, Ladd could play it, probably while juggling and reciting Ibsen. Her 3 Oscar nominations are worth lingering on because they show why Ladd was a force.
First, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, 1974, for Flo's unforgettable grit. Then Wild at Heart, 1990, where she played Mariette Fortune, Laura Dern's unhinged mother, with a performance so wild, Rolling Stone's Peter Travers said she squeezed the role with scene-stealing zest. Picture her cackling, lipstick-smeared, plotting like a southern fried wicked witch of the West. Logic says nobody else could have pulled that off. Finally, Rambling Rose, 1991, where she played Mrs. Hillier, the feminist defender of Dern's free-spirited Rose in 1930s Georgia. Travers praised her feminist bite, and the Academy nodded along, nominating both Ladd and Dern, the only time a mother and daughter have shared that honor for the same film. If that's not a flex, I don't know what is. Speaking of Dern, their collaborations were pure Hollywood magic. Laura, born February 10, 1967, to Ladd and Bruce Dern, married 1960 to 1969, popped up uncredited in her mom's films as a kid. By adulthood, they were a dynamic duo. Beyond Wild at Heart and Rambling Rose, they teamed up in Citizen Ruth 1996, Alexander Payne's sharp satire, where Dern starred and Ladd had an uncredited cameo. They played mother and daughter in the 1996 CBS telepic The Siege at Ruby Ridge and Billy Bob Thornton's Daddy and Them 2001. In Showtime's Damage Care 2002, they tackled healthcare issues, and in HBO's Enlightened 2013 to 2013, Ladd shown as Helen, Dern's awkward mom, especially in the episode Consider Helen. Their weirdest reunion was David Lynch's Inland Empire 2006, where Dern played an actress lost in her role and Ladd popped in as a nasty TV gossip, per critic J.H. Hoberman. It's like they were saying, let's make art so strange it'll confuse even the art house crowd. Ladd's TV work was no less impressive. She earned 3 Emmy nominations for Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, 1993, Grace Under Fire, 1994, and Touched by an Angel, 1997. She guested on LA Law, ER, Cold Case, and starred in the 2004 miniseries Kingdom Hospital. She even tried directing with Mrs. Monk, 1995, a Showtime film she adapted from Ella Leflin's novel, starring opposite Bruce Dern because sure, why not work with your ex-husband? Her personal life was as colorful as her roles. After Bruce Dern, she married William A. Shea Jr. 1969 to 1977, and then Robert Charles Hunter in 1999, who passed away in July 2025 at 77. Through it all, Ladd remained a Southern Spitfire, publishing her short story collection A Bad Afternoon for a Piece of Cake in 2013, and reflecting on life with the kind of wisdom that comes from tap dancing through Hollywood's highs and lows. Logic tells us Ladd's career worked because she was authentic. She didn't just play characters, she inhabited them. Whether she was a grieving widow, a scheming mother, or a narrator spinning tales like a modern-day Scheherazade. Her humor, her heart, her refusal to be boxed in, it's why she could play a 17-year-old or a 70-year-old and make you believe it. She wasn't just Laura Dern's mom or Bruce Dern's ex, she was Diane Ladd, a star who commanded the screen as her great-grandmother foresaw. Her death at 89 feels like the end of an era, but her work? That's immortal, like a diner coffee pot that never runs dry. For more stories on Hollywood's legends, hit that subscribe button for Inside Hollywood. Stay tuned for the next tale from Tinseltown's glittering, chaotic heart.